Slapstick humor. This is the type of comedy where physical antics and exaggerated movements are key. Think of someone slipping on a banana peel, getting hit by a revolving door, or tripping over their own feet. It's exaggerated, it's physical, and it's designed to provoke immediate laughter through shock and surprise. Slapstick often involves accidents and pranks that, while possibly painful, are presented in a humorous and often harmless manner. Classic examples include the silent films of Charlie Chaplin and the chaotic antics of the Three Stooges. Satire. Satire is sharp and clever, using humor to criticize and expose the follies and vices of society, politics, and people. It's often sophisticated and requires a bit of understanding about what is being mocked. Satirical comedians aim to influence their audience by making them laugh at absurdities within society, hopefully leading to reflection or even change. Shows like Saturday Night Live and The Daily Show are modern examples of satire in action. Parody mimics and mocks the style of a specific work, genre, or artist to create humor. It exaggerates distinctive features to ridiculous proportions to entertain and often critique. Parodies can be found in all forms of media, from Weird Al Yankovic's songs to movies like Spaceballs, which spoofs the classic Star Wars saga. Screwball comedy. This is a subgenre of comedy that is characterized by bizarre, unpredictable, and zany situations. It often involves romance and features fast-paced, witty exchanges between characters. Screwball comedy thrives on misunderstanding and conflict while making the audience laugh at the absurdity of the circumstances. Classic films like Bringing Up Baby and His Girl Friday are quintessential screwball comedies. Dark humor, also known as black comedy. Dark humor makes light of subjects that are generally considered serious, taboo, or distressing. This type of humor looks at the grim aspects of life with a cynical or satirical twist. It's not for everyone, as it can be quite polarizing, but it can also provide a way to cope with the harsh realities of life by laughing at them. A famous example would be the film Dr. Strangelove, which satirizes the Cold War fears of a nuclear conflict. Irony. Irony is the use of words to convey a meaning that is the opposite of its literal meaning. It's subtly humorous, as the irony can be quietly woven into dialogue or situations, creating a discrepancy between what is said and what is meant, or between what happens and what was expected to happen. A classic example is saying, "What a beautiful day," during a hurricane. Sarcasm. Sarcasm is often biting and can be quite harsh. It's a form of verbal irony where the speaker says something but means another, usually the opposite, and it's meant to mock or convey contempt. It's often used for comedic effect in both everyday conversation and in various forms of entertainment, like television and stand-up comedy. Dry humor. With dry humor, the joke might not be immediately obvious. The delivery is subtle, unemotional, or apparently unintentional, which can make the humor more hilarious or sophisticated. It requires a keen sense of timing and deadpan delivery, where the humor lies not in what is said, but in how it is said, often underplayed to the point of being overlooked. Wit. Wit involves a quick, inventive, verbal humor. It's intellectual, often involving puns, clever remarks, and quick comebacks. Wit can be sparkling and is highly valued in conversation. It's what makes some people the life of the party or a delight in social situations. Oscar Wilde was famously witty, with much of his writing sprinkled with humorous observations. Anecdotal humor. This type of humor is based on amusing personal stories that are often relatable, or uniquely ridiculous. These stories may be slightly exaggerated for comedic effect, but they usually stem from real-life experiences. Good stand-up comedians excel at anecdotal humor, drawing on their own lives to find universal humor that audiences can laugh along with. Self-deprecating humor. Here, comedians or everyday individuals poke fun at themselves. They highlight their own flaws and misfortunes in a light-hearted, humble, or ironic way. This type of humor can be very relatable and disarming, making the person seem more approachable and likable. It's a staple in many stand-up routines and can build a quick rapport with the audience. Surreal humor. Surreal humor delights in the bizarre and illogical, creating a world where anything can happen, no matter how nonsensical. This style of humor often involves unexpected juxtapositions and bizarre scenarios that defy rational explanation, playing with abstract ideas and absurdities. Television shows like Monty Python's Flying Circus and Adventure Time often use surreal humor to create a uniquely whimsical and unpredictable comedic experience. Observational humor. Observational comedy comes from noticing and pointing out the absurdities of everyday life. Comedians like Jerry Seinfeld and Trevor Noah excel in this genre, making us laugh about the things we all see but might not notice, from the quirks of interpersonal interactions to the bizarre nature of social customs. It's relatable and often light-hearted, drawing humor from shared experiences. Bathroom humor. Focusing on bodily functions, bathroom humor includes jokes about anything that might happen in the privacy of a restroom. Often considered crude and juvenile, it remains popular across age groups, particularly among younger audiences. This humor appeals because of its universal nature. Everyone has had embarrassing or funny bathroom experiences. Pun. Puns are a play on words, where similar-sounding words with different meanings, or a single word with multiple meanings, is used humorously. Shakespeare was famous for his puns, and they're a staple in dad jokes. While sometimes groan-inducing, puns are a clever and quick form of wit that can add humor to everyday language.